grind. Allows for some incredible utility and a super sharp edge. Hello my YouTube friends, Late Boy Scout here, and this is my review of the Mora Clipper 840. 840 designation means that it is carbon steel, not stainless. I prefer carbon over stainless because of its sharpenability. And honestly, I don't care if it gets a little dirty. I just like the carbon steel, personally. Personal preference. You might go for the stainless if you choose to. That would be the Mora Clipper 860, if I'm not mistaken. Let's talk a little bit about this knife. You've seen some of my testing videos, if you've been watching my channel. Seen this exact knife split wood. Split kind of semi-large pieces of wood. Guys, surprising performance from this small, seemingly cheap and not very tough little knife. Has actually turned out to be a very tough little knife. Yeah, I'm completely astounded by the performance of the Mora as far as just toughness. Now I know that splitting wood is not what this knife is intended for. It's intended for more detailed tasks, and it also excels at that. It does a fantastic job whittling, making, preparing kindling, small pieces of shavings and so forth. General bushcraft use, general carving use. It's a fantastic knife for that stuff. Due in large part, to its Scandi grind or Scandinavian grind. What's a Scandinavian grind? Well, if you never heard of a Scandinavian grind, here is one. And if you still don't know what I'm talking about by looking at it, let's compare it to something that does not have a Scandinavian grind. Since I have it handy, the Cold Steel Lawman, American Lawman, which has a hollow grind here until you reach this terminating edge, and then it is shaved down, okay? Ground down there. That's the difference. This is the big difference between any other knife and the Scandinavian grind, is that there is a primary grind or secondary grind and then the primary grind, depending on how you look at it. The terminating edge is here, and that's got its own grind to it. And then there is this sort of relief edge where you come from the stock of the blade, you come down to create a smaller, more narrow area that can be sharpened to create that edge. Okay? I think you get what that means. Whereas on the Scandinavian grind, you've got the blade stock, and straight from that, they start their grind and don't stop their grind until they reach that terminating edge. What that results in is a very sharp edge. Very, very sharp for woodworking and all kinds of utility. It's a fantastic edge. Okay? Just about any other Scandi grind blade will give you probably that same kind of sharpness. But not for the price that the Moras do, or maybe for the price that the Moras do, but what I'm saying is the Moras are extremely well priced. This one I think I picked up on eBay. It was like $15 with shipping for this Mora Clipper 840. Something like that. On Amazon.com right now you can find this for around that plus shipping. Amazing price for such a usable knife. Now let's get that off the table, and let's bring the sheath into the picture. It's a molded plastic. Okay, I don't know what it's made of, what type of plastic it is. Suffice it to say, it holds up fine in the use that I've put it into. And that is for being an outdoor knife. I don't wear it on my belt. No, I don't, even though it's got this sort of belt clippy thing going on. You can just clip it right onto your belt. But I don't trust that it will stay there, so I don't do that. What I've got instead is just a little piece of paracord, okay, holding on to it like that, and I put that around my neck. And that's a great way to carry it. It feels really nice, hangs there very securely, naturally hangs in that position, right? Kind of naturally hangs there and retains perfectly. You never really have to worry about losing it. Obviously, the fluorescent orange stuff you see here didn't come on the sheath. I put it on there myself. That's basically just some ribbon that I put some packing tape over, and it's been holding up, sorry, and that's been holding up very well for quite a while now. There is a drain hole in the end here, so if you get any kind of gunk in that as you're carrying it upside down like so, yeah, it'll drain right out. Should drain right out. A nice little thumb rest here kind of helps you to get that knife out of the sheath. Sometimes, you know, with a little less pull, you can actually just sort of just thumb it out. So overall, I think this is, well, that's the best Mora sheath that I've seen, and the best knife sheath combination I can think of from Mora. And I've seen a bunch of them, and I think that this is probably the best that they've offered. Overall, I think the Clipper 840 might be Mora's best knife. I don't own every Mora, I haven't tested every Mora, but the few that I do own, so far this is still my favorite. I love how it feels in hand. You've got just kind of a plasticky stuff here, basically just plastic, and then a nice molded rubberized handle that retains actually very, very well. You don't have any sort of jimping or any sort of traction here. I haven't found that to be any kind of a problem, especially due to the fact that you've got rubber right here, which grabs your finger very nicely, okay, and down here as well. And then some checkering there, which also grabs your palm and fingers very nicely. So in basically any grip, you know, doing some work like this, doing some work like this, it's extremely comfortable for extended use, and I absolutely love it. The Mora Clipper 840, guys. I'm the Late Boy Scout. We'll see you guys later.